In Harmony is
1, 2,
3, 4,
5 years old. And now here's the story how we got here.
We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. We're not scared. What a beautiful day.
In Harmony Liverpool is a music education program that is based on Venezuela's Sistema system, set up by Jose Antonio Abreu 38 years ago, which really set up to achieve social change through music.
It was really fate that brought us together with West Everton for our In Harmony project. We'd already got a really strong relationship with the community. We'd worked with West Everton Community Council before. We knew the community members. We'd also got a great partnership already with Faith Primary School. We'd been in that school running workshops with the young children there with our musicians.
I just had this little picture in my head of our kids in West Everton seeing that playing a musical instrument, a classical instrument, was just the norm. That's what you do.
So In Harmony Liverpool means that these children are taking part in music making every day. It's really become part of their daily life. So their week might begin with a shake up and sing session at the school. Then flow through into an instrumental lesson, whether that's on their string, brass, woodwind or percussion instruments. They also have a musicianship session once a week. And those two instrumental lessons then lead through to our ensembles.
I just love music so much, and you know it makes coming to work more exciting because you know that there's something creative that will break up the day. Music really just sort of gives a more well-rounded learning experience.
In the first year in which In Harmony began, the levels shot up, that the achievement of the children really improved.
You know, children are responsive and they're like sponges, and if you give them the opportunity, 9 times out of 10 they will grab it with both hands, and that's exactly what has happened in Everton.
I think In Harmony's really impacted on school life because we've become a learning community where adults and children learn together. Because the adults learnt to play the instruments at the same time as the children, we've started from scratch. The children now, some of the children can play better than the adults.
But the difference about this project is that the kids come together, but also it's right the way through the school. So when the very first pictures we had, where we had Rosie was little, do you remember when Rosie was little? And she would sit alongside, and she would sit alongside Sister Moira, and the great story of Rosie saying, "Sis, you've got your finger in the wrong place on that," because I think they play double bass together, don't they? And she, oh yeah, Rosie, yeah, you're right. So suddenly you've got this whole thing about the relationships with the kids and the staff.
I find that the teachers themselves are using the techniques that the musicians use. So you'll hear a teacher singing an instruction.
Singing "Everybody sit down," which is a really nice way of not shouting at the children but repeating the same thing to get them used to doing something.
I think In Harmony have had a brilliant impact on them for the way it's brought them out in themselves and the confidence that it's given them.
And how they're inspiring adults, the parents. They've inspired them that much and give them the confidence. He says, if my child can pick up an instrument and play it, why can't I join that course? Why haven't I got... So they're inspiring on their own adults, and they're pushing the adults forward to the kids because of what they've done and generated in the community.
Sitting amongst the children this afternoon will be members of the orchestra. It's a great opportunity for the kids to meet other members of the orchestra, not just the ones that pay regular visits. seen with In Harmony is that if you take music to people and give it time to bed in, and they can see the benefits, and it starts, the ripples spread out throughout the whole community, and it's, you know, to see that happening on such a large scale is an amazing experience.
We have lots of different ensembles, right from some of the youngest children right up to our West Everton Super Strings.
West Everton Super Strings is the continuation really of West Everton Children's Orchestra. So once they move on to secondary school, they've still got that chance to play and play together as an orchestra.
One of the highlights for me is when we have visiting artists come to work with the children at In Harmony Liverpool. These artists are already in Liverpool working with the Royal Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra, and they are asked to come and work with our children because they've heard about what we're doing and they would like to see the project in action and work with our young people. So we've had some incredible artists today. We've had visits from Tasmin Little, Tina Ting Helseth, Julian Lloyd-Webber, the Simon Bolivar String Quartet, and most recently, Andrew Manzi.
Well, I'm here in Liverpool to work with the Philharmonic, but I have to say, for a long time now, I've been hearing about the In Harmony project, so I really wanted to visit. And the last 2 days I've been visiting and seeing incredible things. The skill of the teachers involved in running this, the children, the energy they bring to it, the enjoyment and the pride they take in it, and also the teachers from the school who are joining in and showing by example what a lovely thing this is. I'm just bowled over by this whole thing, the energy, the music making and the sense of achievement that's going on here.
My favourite thing is every year when we play at the Philharmonic Hall.
We played on the Liverpool's Pier Head with the RLPO.
When I played in Notre Dame for the In Harmony Christmas concert.
I loved it when we went to play in London with all the other In Harmonies.
And we played on Everton's ground, Goodison Park, at half time.
We played to wake up the giant, and she was a real big giant.
When we went to Derry and played as part of the Capital of Culture.
My favourite bit is playing.
We've done so many amazing things in the 5 years since In Harmony began, way back in 2009. Obviously, the start of the project itself, what an amazing few months that was. We have a concert every year, and we have members of the Royal Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra joining the children on stage for a really special performance. Every year we celebrate Christmas with a lovely community concert in various venues around West Everton. And we bring out the Santa hats, and it's a real celebration every year. We also got to play in Goodison Park at the Everton versus Man United game. We were in the half-time on the pitch, and it was a really incredible experience for all of us. And Everton went on to win, which everyone was very pleased about. We went to Derry, Londonderry, and we performed as part of the UK City of Culture. The children were invited there to take part in a very special concert, and it was our first official overseas trip as In Harmony, and we all had an absolute whale of a time. We also were very lucky to be able to take part in the Sea Odyssey Festival in Liverpool, which involved some giant puppets walking around the city, and our children actually played to wake up the little girl giant and her pet dog in Stanley Park, which was such an honour.
I've really enjoyed rehearsing with our young In Harmony musicians, side by side with the Royal Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra. And I was in the audience when they performed at the BBC Proms last summer. I can see their enthusiasm and commitment to music and how much they're enjoying it.
The reputation is that something special is happening here, but when you see it, you realise this is unbelievable.
But I remember years ago when asking kids in this community, the older ones now, like, or what they want to be, and they had no aspirations about them. A lollipop woman or on the tills in the quickie. Now our kids want to be in the fill, they want to play double bass, they want to be with this, you know, they want to conduct and everything else. That is fantastic.
It's fantastic what's happened in the last 5 years. Think where we could go to in the next 5, 10 or 20 years.
My favourite thing is when we went and played in the Royal Albert Hall in London.
Playing in the Royal Albert Hall at the BBC Proms.
The BBC Proms.
I think everyone would agree that the most incredible moment of our In Harmony Liverpool journey so far was the BBC Family Prom last year, when we took 40 children down on the train alongside Royal Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra and the Liverpool Philharmonic Children's Choirs to perform in the Royal Albert Hall to a packed out, sold out audience, and we had an unbelievable experience.
The Liverpool Phil said, we're going to do our BBC Prom alongside our young people from our city, and I think that's incredibly moving that we took that step and we had that much trust in the children in what they could do. We knew they could rise to the occasion, and they absolutely did.
It was overwhelming, and you just want to get up and shout and say, that's my daughter or my son on the stage, to let people know why you've gone there.
It was a wonderful experience all round. It was a party on stage, I thought, and I think that came across to the audience.